Welcome everybody to the video, and I hope you guys are excited to see this fast B execute from Mousesports here on Mirage, because I certainly am. So first up, we're going to look at this execute in an overview to get a rough idea for what is going on. So looking at the smokes first, we can see that the two arch smokes are thrown from the app's entrance over here, and then a market window smoke is thrown by Karrigan from over here. So these smokes isolate the site, reducing the number of angles that need to be cleared before planting, and the market window smoke in particular is very helpful in limiting the effectiveness of the CT players rotating in. Now also note that as Karrigan comes in, he mollies Van and removes that position from the equation as well. Now the most important part of this execute is flashbangs, and this is what we're going to focus on next. So being first in, Chris J uses both flashes bounced out of the window, and the point of these flashes should be fairly obvious. Now as Frozen and Karrigan come in, they throw these flashes over the top, and hopefully they can white any players in the open while trying to get fast up onto the platform. So the flashes thrown by Woxic and Rops, however, these are the big daddy flashes. And to understand why these flashes are important, we need to look at the pathing of the entries. Now on this example, Frozen gets completely wrecked by a counter flash, but I'm pretty sure the plan was to double up with Chris and jump out of the window. Regardless, watching Chris as he comes out, Woxic's flashes are popping behind him, meaning he can gain ground and push towards the market window. Now looking at Rops's flashes, these catch any players towards empty looking to the right, which is an extremely likely reaction from the CTs when they see this execute coming in. Now in an ideal world, Chris and Frozen would have jumped out the window together on the flashes, ran this way towards window, and then swung empty on Rops's flashes. Executes in CS though rarely go completely to plan, and this round quickly became very scrappy, with Mouse just about winning in the end. So whilst the individual player perspectives are running in the background, I'm going to talk through how you would employ this execute in your team and when it might be a good call. So this is a spawn-based execute, meaning the job of each player depends on their spawn. So in your team, I would recommend having two of your players, including the AWPer, being dedicated to throwing the archway smokes and those big daddy flashes, just as Rops and Woxic did here. For the other three players, it will depend on their spawn. So the best spawn throws the bouncing flashes like Chris J did. The second spawn gets a smoke ready to extinguish that CT molly like Frozen. And the third spawn throws a market window smoke and mollies Van like Karrigan with some extra flashes over the top. You could also call a variation without a kitchen window smoke, where three players come out more aggressively. And if you do so, I think having the second mollying Van and the third getting a smoke ready for the CT molly is probably better, but there isn't masses of difference. So when should you call this exec? Now calling it into low util is always going to help, and if you win T-pistol and the CT's safe second into buying third, this is probably my go-to call on that third round, and it works well with SMGs on the entries. Now at the professional level, it's not incredibly unlikely actually that the CTs might be playing solo B early with a cat jumping player or the short player boosted into ladder. And this would be an incredible call into solo B if you get the right read. Now at lower levels, if done correctly, this exec will win you a lot of rounds. However, at higher tiered play where teams have protocols to play against fast B hits, you will have a much tougher time. And another aspect is that this execute can be a good option on those kind of pistol armor half buys where you have a lot of nades in the mix. Anyway guys, that is everything for this one. If you enjoyed that, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord server as linked below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.